Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and welcome back to the Labyrinth. I got some poetry for you guys today. Some pretty interesting, kind of cool little poems today. Of course, as always, I try to both write and find interesting poems for you guys. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the poems and stuff that I read. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So this first one is called Silence. By the way, for those of you who are new to Dixie Salesman Labyrinth, first of all, welcome. But also, I read 5 poems, 3 written by myself, and then 2 from other poets. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Again, this first one is called Silence. And we also analyzed the poems as well. But yeah, so let's get into it. Silence, the absence of noise, just me in the moment, without words or sound. Yet sometimes silence speaks the loudest. Hearing nothing allows you to hear the most. So, uh, this is kind of similar to a different poem I've written. I think it was called like Insomniac or something like that. I forget the exact name of it, but pretty much where I'm alone at like 2, 3 in the morning because I can't sleep. Kind of just by myself, or the other poems I've written about kind of being by myself and just thinking out loud and stuff. Sometimes silence is golden, and sometimes silence allows you to really sit and think about stuff that you maybe wouldn't necessarily think about, for better and or for worse. Sometimes it allows for realization. Sometimes just sitting down, not saying a word, just basking in the silence of everything, and just sitting there. Or there may or may not be some outside noises coming from other places, but just you yourself, just sitting there and being silent, you'll be surprised how much you learn, not just about yourself, but your environment around you. Like if you sit there in silence, and sometimes you come to a realization on something that you didn't realize before, or so. Definitely try it sometime. And I know it's kind of difficult because life is very fast paced, so we're almost always doing something. But sometimes, even if it's just a few seconds, just take some time, just sit in silence, and sometimes the silence is enjoyed, especially when it's someone that you're you're like acquainted with, whether it's a friend, family member, loved one, lover, etc. Sometimes just sitting there in the silence is one of the best things. But this next one's called Old Videos. I sometimes watch my older videos, seeing how young I was and how inexperienced I was, and while I still have a lot to learn and a long way to go, I'm not where I used to be. So, yeah, sometimes I sit and watch some of my older videos. I literally was doing that today, which is why I came up with this poem. But sitting and watching some of my older videos, just seeing, kind of, I mean, really, I do it for a couple reasons. For starters, kind of to see how the video turned out, and then, but also sometimes I like to sit and reflect on the video, like, oh wow, I remember I was thinking this, or wow, that was going on at this time, or wow, I said that, or wow, I did that. Just kind of reflecting on seeing that and seeing how far I've come, and how far I still have to go, of course, but seeing how far I've come along is really interesting, to say the least. Like, being able to see where you've come from and being able to um, relate to that, it's incredible, honestly. And which is why one of the reasons why I love watching old videos. Then sometimes I said some funny stuff, but anyway, this next one is called The Rainbow. The rainbow comes only after the rain, to remind people that even when things look dark, when the clouds are heavy, the rainbow appears at the end of it all. So they say the rainbow comes only after the rain, and that is oftentimes the case. I remember, I think only once in my life I have seen a rainbow in the sky. Other times I've seen like rainbow in the water and stuff, but one time I saw a rainbow in the sky. I took a picture of it, but sadly I don't think it's saved to my new phone, my iPhone, of course, or so. It might be lost, which sucks. But that seeing the rainbow to remind people that the rain is over, or in that the rainbow is there. It's nice and big and colorful and fun to look at and nice to look at to remind people that the rain is over and now the rainbow has come in, signifying the end of the rain, in which that you even find in the Bible, of course. First, God establishes the rainbow, creates the rainbow to show the covenant with Noah that he won't flood the earth again. But yeah, so the rainbow having some significance being after the rain, of course. And not just like a literal rainbow that you see in the sky. I know I talked about a literal rainbow, but also a metaphorical rainbow as well. Seeing the rainbow at the end of your journey, especially if it was a very tough journey. But this next one is called The Work of Happiness, and this is by May Sarton. I thought of happiness, how it is woven out of the silence in the empty house each day, and how it is not sudden and it is not given, but it's creation itself, like the growth of a tree. No one has seen it happen, but inside the bark, another circle is growing in the expanding ring. No one has heard the root go deeper in the dark, but the tree is lifted by this inward work, and its plumes shine, and its leaves are glittering. So happiness is woven out of the peace of ours, and strikes its roots deep in the house alone. The old chest in the corner, cool waxed floors, white curtains softly and continually blown, as the free air moves quietly about the room. A shelf of books, a table, and the whitewashed wall. These are the dear, familiar gods of home, and here the work of faith can best be done. The growing tree is green and musical. For what is happiness but growth and peace? The timeless sense of time when furniture has stood a lifespan in a single place, and as the air moves, so the old dreams stir. The shining leaves of present happiness? No one has heard thought or listened to a mind, but where people have lived in inwardness, the air is charged with blessing and does bless. Windows look out on mountains and the walls are kind. So, very interesting way that had May goes about this poem here, talking about happiness and kind of comparing it to like a house. We see furniture, we see the imagery of the house and the house being put together, or we see happiness coming throughout the roots, it's how it's being built and how it's being woven. And I think the idea she's getting at is that happiness is a goal, is ultimately something you work at and something that takes a lot of time, and that when you plant it roots itself and it goes all throughout. So kind of personifying happiness as kind of a force that goes all throughout this house and everything, which the house can be perhaps attributed to like life, just average everyday life. If you plant the seed of happiness, it'll go all throughout the house and everything. So the way May goes about goes about explaining it here, I think is really cool. It kind of does throw a lot at you, but you can kind of see the metaphor there, which I think is really well done. And finally, this one is called Song, and this is by Brenda Cardenas. And if I mispronounce these names, I do apologize. You shout my name from beyond my dreams, beyond the picture window of this Rosarito beach house. Rushing from bed to shore, I glimpse their backs, volcanoes rising out of the sea. Your back, a blue-black silhouette, feet wet with the wash of morning waves. Fountains spring from mammal mines, my hands lifting a splash of sand. I'm on my knees, toes finding a cool prayer beneath them, fingers pressing sea foam to my temples. While you open arms wide as a generation, raise them to a compass point, dive. If you could reach them, you would ride their fins under the horizon, then surf the crash of waves is left in their wake. If I could grasp my own fear, I'd drown it, leave it breathless and blue as this ocean, as the brilliant backs of whales surfacing for air. So, quite a bit of imagery in this one, and you guys know how much I love imagery. Meant to say, you guys know how much I love imagery because I feel like it's so creative and it really paints the picture with the words, or then kind of transports the reader to where they needs to be. And here, we see a beach, and we kind of see, the theme of the poem taking place on this beach. And uh, there is quite a bit that Brenda throws at you here, but seeing this beach almost like either a memory or a dream, or perhaps both, with kind of combining. And sometimes, of course, when you have a memory and it goes through the dream filter, sometimes it's often exaggerated, and sometimes it appears better and or worse than it was before. Or and seeing the beach and volcanoes, and her going to hug this person, and uh, going into the ocean and everything, and all these things coming here or to fit this dream slash memory, and saying she wants to drown her fear. If she could grasp her fear, she'd drown it. So, showing her being free from her fear, and being more open, I would say. That's kind of what I'm getting out of it. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on it. But yeah, so really interesting way that this poem is brought about, and the theme of this poem is brought about. Also, quite a bit going on, which isn't always a bad thing, you know. But nevertheless, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. Excuse me. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the poems, your thoughts on my analysis of the poems. Did you like, dislike the poems? Did you like, dislike my analysis of the poems? And let me know in the comments your analysis on them. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.